In the top stories, Caribou Wave Tsunami exercise drill set for Thursday. And St. Kitts Water Services breaks ground on solar desalination plants. The detail on these stories and more after the break.
The court's wishlist project can easily be likened to a genie giving the lucky holder of its lamp a variety of free wishes. However, the initiative, according to OECS merchandise manager Anita Phillips, doesn't work that way. The process, she says, is a lot more in-depth.
It brings us great joy to reintroduce the court's wishlist project. The project is about helping to change and improve the lives of the persons within our communities who need it the most. The program differs from our everyday issue of donations because it helps us take a targeted approach in meeting those people who are mostly in need and helping change their lives.
One of the things that make the court's wishlist project unique, Phillips says, is that no one can make a wish on their own behalf, but rather the wish being requested must be made for someone else.
A big part of the program is encouraging persons to look out for their fellow men. So someone cannot make a wish on their own behalf, but rather they need to be looking within their communities to select someone who is most in need of a wish.
In addition, Phillips stated that wishes are not limited to court's wide range of products, but can be something from any other company to ensure that the need is adequately met. The company is soliciting the assistance of the public to look out for each other in their various communities.
Help us in our quest to find and assist the persons who are most in need within our communities. Look around you. It may be someone you already know, or maybe someone you've heard about. Tell us about them. Every request will be thoroughly vetted, and this will allow us to select only the persons who need the support the most.
The court's wishlist project was recently launched across the OECS in islands of Antigua, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts, and St. Vincent.
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Scotty Sia Hendrickson. As the annual Caribou Wave Tsunami exercise drill is set for Thursday, Deputy Disaster Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Ulrika Lennon-Petty, gave details of this year's exercise during Fire Talk this morning.
This year we'll be exercising in the Diep to Saddlers area. Each year we choose a different area that would be vulnerable to a tsunami impact. So on Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, who knows, we usually don't give the time, we will be in that area. So you know, if you're in the area and you hear an alert, then that would signal that the exercise has started and that you should you know, start evacuating to your assembly points. The assembly points in Diep to Saddlers area as follows. For Diep, it's the horse track or the surrounding area. Once you reach at that level, you know, past the railway and you go a bit further, then you are in the what is considered the safe zone. And I say what is considered the safe zone because things can change. We use worst case scenarios, of course, but worst case scenarios can be broken. The assembly point for persons, for example, is a green pasture above the community. When you go up the road, those living in Parsons would, I think, would understand what I'm referring to. And then we have in Saddlers, unfortunately, they do not have enough green space in Lynches for us to have an assembly point there. So what we say is go to a nearest assembly point. So in Saddlers, then it's the Saddlers playing field. So whichever one you're closest to is the one that you will be encouraged to evacuate to.
Such an event is important to test the protocols in place to disseminate warning messages of potential natural disasters. Deputy Disaster Coordinator Petty spoke of the chain of events that have to take place for this dissemination.
How the exercise goes is that the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center which is the focal point for the Caribbean and adjacent regions for tsunami warnings, they would send an exercise message to the tsunami warning focal point of each country. Our tsunami warning focal point is 911 as their 24/7 operation. So once 911 gets that initial exercise message, and of course the exercise message will start with exercise, 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 so that persons know it's not a real event. Once they get that message, they will start contacting the relevant persons, and that would include the Tsunami National Contact, which is our director of NEMA. They will also contact the director of NDMD in Nevis, and then they would go down the line, the deputies, the commissioner, and so forth. NEMA, of course, responsibility would be to contact the Prime Minister and have the discussion with him in a real event. For the exercise, we don't usually take it that far. So once we get that message, that triggers the start of the exercise.
The Federation has been participating in the annual Caribou Wave exercise since 2017. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis broke ground for the construction of 2 solar-powered water desalination plants at Canada Estate on Monday. The 2 plants are a donation from the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and are part of the UAE's Caribbean Renewable Energy Fund, CREF, which will produce fresh, potable drinking water for the island's residents. The UAE has allocated 1 plant for St. Kitts and the other for Nevis. Each plant can produce 12 cubic meters of fresh, potable drinking water per hour. If the plant runs for 24 hours, it can produce up to 76,000 gallons of water daily. The electricity needed to power the desalination plant will be generated on-site from solar photovoltaic PV panels during the day, while the Skelex grid will power the plant at night. The plant in St. Kitts is being constructed on 4 acres of land at Canada Estate, even though the actual plant would utilize less than 1 acre. This site has been identified for future expansion of desalination to meet the growth in water demand as St. Kitts continues to develop. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis will provide the connecting pipelines and the electrical connection for the electricity grid. The plant should be substantially completed by June 2024. After the break, NIA hosts public consultation on airport upgrade and expansion, and CFB to host 6th annual poetry circle on World Poetry Day. Stay with us.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA special.
Running March 7 to March 28.
Now our Value Club Blue Tax specials. Nature Valley granola bars $9.99. La yogurt just $3.39. Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheeses, $7.99. Kool-Aid Jammers, $13.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Waffles and Pancakes, $10.99. Purex Liquid Detergent, $15.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals. Star Kids Tuna, $3.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Dunkin' Hines Cake Mixes and Brownies, $5.99. Hunt Spaghetti Sauce, $8.49. VO5 Shampoo and Conditioner, $5.49. Irish Spring Baso, $11.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart, tell them in Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en
Value Mart!
National Home Loans. Get your dream home. All could be yours. Walk through the door. Come take what you need. Get you the keys. All could be yours. What you deserve. National Home Loans. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. National Home Loans. Get your dream home.
National Home Loans. Home ownership made easy. When you're with National, you're home.
We've been working to bring you our most reliable internet ever.
And today we are very excited to offer gig speed on Flo's fiber-powered network.
The best entertainment experience in St. Kitts and Nevis.
And plans that give you everything you need.
It's a new Flo, and it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired by you.
Health-wise on ZIZ TV, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Hosted by Dr. Malik Lescott, Dr. Jolette Woodley, and Dr. Patrice Lawrence.
Welcome back. A public consultation on the Vance W. Amory International Airport upgrade and expansion have raised questions relating to land acquisition, access to Lover's Lane Beach for area fishermen, and the implication for Hurricane Hill. Representatives from Perez Engineering Construction and Consulting Services Limited fielded questions from attendees at the public consultation. Architect and airport planner Dan Consal said the expansion will not impact the existing drainage of the airport.
One of the main things that we have to be careful here is the hydraulic area, meaning the drainage of the airport. As we know, this area, all the hills that surround that area attribute the water down to the area of the airport because it's logical, it's where it goes. Currently, the drainage system works fine for what we have. So one of the things we are doing is a careful drainage project that considers that situation, considers what we are expanding and where we're gonna solve, that these expansions do not impact all that system. It means that we try to avoid, as I said at the beginning, we try to avoid the management water system that exists between Nesbitt and the airport. There is a big system there that controls all the flow of water coming down from the hills. And there is a wetland in between the airport and that system that we try to respect as much as we can, not intruding into this wetland system area.
He responded to a question on whether nearby residents would be affected.
We have to provide, with the project, we have to provide something that the international organization called use of land, which means something that you say, can this house have a mango tree that's, you know, how many feet tall, that kind of regulation, or erect a tower or a water tank that will be an obstruction to the airport. So we try to respect all these properties and their possibilities, but they will have to have some kind of regulation in some aspects. Basically, when they do not interfere with the aviation operation, with the surfaces that we have to preserve for the operation of the aircraft. So we're trying to be as thorough as possible in this analysis, including the environmental, to not affect these islands in any level that it cannot handle.
The Honorable Alexis Jeffers, Special Advisor to the Nevis Island Administration on this project, who was present at the public consultation, told the attendees that an environmental impact assessment is pending, which would provide more details about the project. Jeffers spoke on efforts made by the NIA to secure funding for the project.
Some time ago, I believe it was about 2 years ago, it was disclosed to the Nevisian public that we were in discussions with Patrick Drahi in terms of his partnership with the Nevis Island Administration, and we are familiar with public-private partnership. You've heard that being mentioned throughout the world. If an institution such as the government cannot find the funding for a project, they partner with someone. That was an MOU, which is not a binding agreement, but at least he has shown interest in financing the project to help the Nevis Island administration to get to where it wants to get to. There are other areas that we are looking at, and of course, in subsequent conversation, we can always divulge more. But in terms of what we are seeking to spend on that project is somewhere between 25 to 30 million US dollars to accomplish what we are hoping to accomplish. But more details on that, of course, we're not quite there yet with all of the details, and that will be known to the general public as regards.
The public consultation on the Vance W. Amory International Airport upgrade and expansion was held on Thursday, March 14, 2024, at the Franklin Brown Community Center in Nevis. The Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College CFBC will be celebrating poetry with the hosting of its annual Poetry Circle in celebration of World Poetry Day on Thursday at the CFB main campus. The event will feature notable poets in the Federation, some of whom are published, as well as CFB students, faculty, staff, and alumni. Poetry will converge with steel pan, saxophone, and drum presentations as poets and musicians share their themes, demonstrate mastery of their skills, and promote the fusion of poetry and music. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization UNESCO World Poetry Day in 1999, its 30th General Conference in Paris, to support linguistics diversity through poetic expression and increase the opportunity for endangered languages to be heard. The theme for World Poetry Day 2024 is Standing on Shoulders of Giants. Coming up in regional news, Cuban stage rear protests amid blackouts, economic crisis. The details when we come back.
You have dreams you're imagining, goals you'd like to achieve. We're here to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Help to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Kudos to Hosford's vehicle maintenance. Their quick and efficient service, coupled with a friendly and knowledgeable staff, has kept me coming back for the past 17 years. In fact, my car, which is 13 years old, runs like new simply because of their emphasis on replacing old broken down parts with new and genuine parts, and that I appreciate. So my motto is not try Hosford first, but go to Hosford's first.
We've been working to bring you our most reliable internet ever.
And today, we are very excited to offer gig speed on Flo's fiber-powered network.
The best entertainment experience in St. Kitts and Nevis.
And plans that give you everything you need.
It's a new flow, and it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired by you.